Hello and welcome everybody, welcome back to the Redgate-Large channel. It has been a little while, maybe not to you guys, but for me it's been a refreshing couple of weeks and I've been able to enjoy, doing other things, haven't I? And I've most importantly been able to enjoy the group stage as England took on the Czech Republic, they took on Croatia, and they also took on the boring game against Scotland. Before we do jump into this review, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe if you are new, and let us know what have you made to England's European Championship journey so far. But I will get into mine right now, and we have got 5 things that we have learned from England's group stage. The important thing for us is I think we need pace in wide areas. I think what has been proven over the course of these first 2 games is that the running of Sterling in behind and creating those chances has really made it difficult for teams to defend against us. Bukayo Saka, when he came in, he did a really good job because he had that burst of pace and was able to get by a player. So I think that is the first thing that we've learned. This England side needs to have some pace, and whether that means dropping out my star boy Mason Mount in order to play someone who's got a bit more pace about him, maybe that is what we need. Playing Jack Grealish as an attacking midfielder and then being able to play the likes of Sancho or Sterling or Bukayo Saka, Rashford, whoever it may be. I think we need that pace, and I think we need someone who is keen and eager and ready to play and who's going to look to beat a man. I think that's the most important thing, finding the player who is going to really cause problems and stretch the defence. That is the problem England have had, especially with how slow Harry Kane is and the way he likes to play. Moving on to Harry Kane, the second thing we have learned is Harry Kane's new role for Spurs doesn't really work for England. It has its benefits, it has its pros, it has its cons though also, and so far we've for the most part seen a lot of the cons. We've seen Harry Kane look slow, lethargic, sluggish, whatever word you want to use. Harry Kane has looked beyond the player that we expected, and that's a negative that I've been using there. He's not looked like the player we expected. And the reason this has all happened is because Harry Kane plays in a Spurs side that has Bale and Son, 2 goal-scoring wingers, 2 players who can score a lot of goals. Lucas Moura even can score a lot of goals if he wanted to. Same with Steven Bergwijn. They've all got good finishing ability. And especially in the first 2 games, we were playing Phil Foden, Mason Mount and Raheem Sterling, none of which are known for their goals. Obviously Sterling under Pep Guardiola has been fantastic for goal scoring, don't get me wrong, but, and this is the big thing, a lot of Sterling's goals are chances that are created by other players and Sterling is able to tap them in. Yes, Harry Kane is trying to do that himself, but because we don't have the pace in the wide areas, as Foden isn't the quickest, neither is Mason Mount, we are unable to get Sterling in more often than not, and Harry Kane isn't able to play as well as we expected him. I think if Harry Kane wants to push on, which he will be, I think he needs to revert back to his normal number 9 role, if you will, rather than trying to drop in and play almost like a false 9. I think we need him to be the player to score the goals for us. Raheem Sterling, don't get me wrong, has done fantastically to get 2 goals. Right place at the right time for both of them. Good running as well. Fantastic. Been pleased with Raheem Sterling in that regard. But we need Harry Kane to step up. And we need him to do something and be efficient and start scoring some goals, because we've got Germany next week, haven't we? We've got Germany, and Germany are a side that don't have as much goal-scoring threat like ourselves. And if we really want to push on, we need Harry Kane to start firing in that game against defenders that he knows, the likes of Rudiger. The third thing we have learned is, again, probably a negative. Yeah, it's definitely a negative. England, for some reason, can't play in the second half. By that, I mean the energy drops off. And I think that was obvious for everyone. We look at the 2 games which we've scored in, against the Czech Republic and against Croatia. Both games for the first 20-30 minutes, England were at it, they looked really good, and maybe not so much in the Czech Republic game, but even still they looked a lot better than they did against Scotland. And both games, England really struggled. In that second half, we need more from it. Gareth Southgate, you need to make more subs. We made 2 subs against Scotland when we have 5 to use. Blooming use them, man. Just use them. We've got the players there. We've got Sancho. We've got Rashford on the bench. We have these world-class players, or as people like to say, world-class players, but they're not getting a minute. So we need to use the subs. We need to inject some energy, and that's going to be important against a German side that are very well drilled and can pass the ball around you and make you tired. And that's the important thing. They can make you tired. We saw that incredible game against Hungary where they fought back multiple times. I know it is only Hungary and they should have done better, Germany themselves. But the intensity was there from Germany throughout. They had a few lapses in concentration, but the intensity was there. And England, if they don't come out all guns blazing in the first half and in the second half, they're going to really struggle next Tuesday. The fourth thing we have learnt is Jordan Pickford is so much better for England than he is for Everton. Sometimes I wonder if it's because for England he knows that he has to always be concentrating, always thinking about it, but he's pulled out some absolutely fantastic performances, and when we've needed him as well, because we are now down to probably one goalkeeper. Naturally, we do have two extra goalkeepers because you have to have three goalkeepers, Sam Johnston and Aaron Ramsdale. But not having Nick Pope and not having Dean Henderson as backups has maybe put that pressure on him a little bit more on Jordan Pickford, and he's now really starting to do absolutely fantastically. And fair play to Jordan Pickford, I've been impressed with him, and he looks confident on the ball as well, which is what we like. And the fifth thing we've learned, it's coming home. Thank you for watching. No, the fifth thing that we have learned is that England, they look good defensively, but they look a little bit short on options. When someone plays deep against us, we look a little bit short on options. We saw it against Scotland. Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, these players like to drag players out of position. And against a team like that, Jack Grealish started to do it in the second half, but didn't have long enough on. But against a team who's going to sit back, we're actually going to struggle more. I think the game against Germany could maybe be a blessing. I do think we're going out against Germany. I think the team is too strong. I think England haven't been good enough so far. I would, of course, love to be proven wrong. But that is my honest opinion on that. And I think if Germany sit back, it'll almost be more difficult for England to actually go on and score goals. If they come out all guns blazing, England, the quality of attackers they have, will be able to pick them off. Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, if Mason Mount is back, they'll be able to pick them off because they're able to work in those spaces. But if we have to get in behind and create chances that way, I cannot see England going through. So guys, that marks the end of today's video. I am going to try and look to stream maybe once at the weekend. I'm going to have a look at what shifts I've got on. I think I'm finishing work at 6. So if you do want to see a stream this weekend for either of the games at 8 o'clock on Saturday or Sunday, be sure to go down, smash that like button and let me know. Say, Sam, I want to stream this weekend. Let me know in the comment section down below, and maybe might just get one. Thank you for watching, and most importantly guys, stay safe. Cheers!